Jack, have you got like a celebration effect over there?
Yep.
Don't hit it yet.
Oh, sorry.
And don't use that one.
That's not celebration.
Oh my
That's
God! And the radio show,
Okay.
they don't use you for buttons at your radio show that you do. Amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yep.
Cackling Jack.
After years and years of huge promises and big talk,
Yep.
and a lot of YouTube tutorials, and then let's face it, hiring professionals.
And
Once he
comforting
started
his,
getting a bit of Sweet Breakfast Radio money,
comforting his wife
yeah,
while she
Oh,
lived with
so many
his parents.
broken promises, big claims.
Yeah.
Soon, honey.
Well-
I'm just waiting on a bit of Merbu.
Yeah, exactly. Has finally, when I say built, I'm going to put that in quotation marks.
Overseen the construction.
Overseen the construction. Started to build, then oversaw the
The actual
construction
professionals construction.
of his house, and he has moved in.
Thank you.
You're in.
Thank you.
This is big. Now, from the bold claims at the beginning of, guess what, guys? I'm going to build a house with my two hands, kind of an Abraham Lincoln feel. I'm going to mill the wood myself. I'm going to find some sand. I'm going to melt it down into glass.
Noah from The Notebook. That's
Yep.
exactly who Jack thought he was going to be.
Had high hopes, and then we were asking stuff about what's the laws? Like, doesn't it have to pass
Code.
All I cared about was that thought of grandkids one day telling people in their family, "Oh, granddad built this house," and
before the roof fell in on him and he was impaled by one of the struts because he thought you could just use tent poles for tiling.
Yeah, hopefully they're not saying granddad built this house, followed by hysterical laughter. So, Jacko, what percentage of the house did you do?
Because your big claim was Christmas Day. You promised your wife.
Yes, and we were in Christmas Eve. We dragged the bed into the bedroom.
Christmas
So
miracle.
still not finished, but of
Oh, you're not finished.
well, sorry, like
Hang on,
sorry. Wait.
What's the opposite of applause? Can
Can you play that in reverse,
We live in
please?
there.
Do you have a boo?
We live in there
Oh,
with
you're
all the
squatting
normal
in your own
things
house.
a house has. We got a little bit of landscaping to do. There's still a bin sitting out the
that's fine.
front,
Yeah.
and a few things around the house that, like, there's no fireplace in the fireplace. It's just a big empty hole
But
at the moment.
you're entertaining people there. Like
Yes, you use it as a, and I'll have you guys around soon
when it's finished.
when it's finished.
Well, it's interesting you say that because it's like it's obviously begun to function as your house.
Yes, so we've really stopped putting work in because now we can just use it as a house. It's got a bathroom, it's got a kitchen.
Well, here's the thing, Jack. I feel like the listeners of the podcast have been so invested in this journey of you making the house. Andy and I personally have been always wondering when's he going to finish that house.
Yep.
And it feels like a very joyous occasion that the house is constructed, which is why we wanted to throw you a surprise housewarming.
Right, at my house.
Yeah, of course. That's
first
the
ever.
house. The first ever surprise housewarming. We're going to organise it for you. We're going to get people, hit us up at hamishandy.com and register. It's in Melbourne. If you'd like, you'll never know when it's happening.
And you'll get home one day and we'll all go, surprise!
Oh, don't tell me what day it is. This
No,
is,
no,
this is
it's
the
a
surprise
surprise-
part.
it's surprise
The surprise
housewarming.
part could be now.
No, it's like
No.
surprise birthdays. Imagine how annoying that would be if you knew you had a
We're
surprise
going to get a
birthday.
minibus and we'll blindfold everyone for security reasons, although...
I don't really care.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm glad you chopped that because
Someone's
I wouldn't worry too much.
Someone's stolen the fireplace. Oh, no, we just never put one in.
How do you steal a hole? We're going to minibus, let's say, a dozen people over to yours. Everyone can bring a plate. So this will work best for Melbourne listeners, but if you can get yourself to Melbourne...
How many people would be good
I think
for
it
the house?
doesn't. It's not a very big house.
Okay.
No, it's not huge. But, I mean, if you wait till the entertaining area at the back is done, but
Nope.
that might be
We're
another
ready.
6 months.
We're ready to warm it.
So if you're going dining room, maybe 12 to 24.
Great.
Well, I think we can get... Andy's got his bus license. We'll see what the biggest bus we can get in. But we'll get people on a minibus. We'll sort of meet somewhere central.
Yes.
Drive out to
So will
Jackson.
Bianca at least know, my wife, who also lives
It'd be
in
nice
the
to
house?
surprise them
It'd
both,
be nice to
wouldn't
surprise you both. We'll probably hire a private detective to let us know if and when you're at the house.
I'll just tell you. Well, this part can be a surprise. I actually like the idea, but this part will be the surprise, and then we just agree on a date and we go there.
We like the idea of just barging in.
The surprise is the exciting part.
Yeah, that's the
Like,
real gift.
That's the gift to us and you. Everyone gets so excited for surprise birthday parties. You know, they film it. You're like, oh, what's going to happen? Those kind of things.
It's
You know,
the 80-20.
how's it going to react?
The anticipation's really the most exciting part. If we tell you, we steal that from you.
It's a party. It's a housewarming that Jack's organised.
All right, so is it daytime? Because usually I get...
You don't know.
Lips are sealed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do I have to do? Do I have to Like, do
well,
I have to?
Mate,
you'll have to. I'm
worried now. I have to keep the house clean at all times in case there's a surprise party.
That wouldn't. I mean, I suppose it's how much you want to show off your house. But I haven't thought this around a bit. It's not a bad point. Would it be worse, Jack, having on hand, a dozen bags of chips and
No,
beers,
you can cater.
Nah, we can bring that.
No, but he should have a bit of stuff on hand at all times and ice. I mean, he's hosting a party.
Well, I think it was
few brewskis. I'm not going over there for nothing.
The regular surprise birthday party rules should
So he doesn't have to do anything.
He shouldn't have to do anything.
Right. If Mission Chips and a beer company want to send me a whole lot of stuff to have my house stocked.
Why did you name drop Mission Chips?
Jeez.
And I mean, just to prove that's not sponsored, what a poor choice.
Yeah.
Because they're just corn chips. Why wouldn't you go one of the big hitters like Smith's or Kettle?
Yeah.
Oh, I really love those Mission Chips. That's why.
This is outrageous.
Okay. All right, we're going to get out of here.
He's got us again.
Haim, fantastic idea last week to celebrate the fact that Jack has finally moved into the house that he promised to build his wife.
Yep.
Having not lifted too many tools in the end, just contracted a fair bit of stuff in, being tired from doing breakfast radio. He
got a ute though. Got a ute. Got work boots. Got a lot of dust on you. And I believe got the sign off. Do you get pass your final building inspection?
We did not pass.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I believe wrong.
So are you living there illegally?
I guess technically, I don't know. Maybe I don't want to say too much in case.
I wouldn't.
No,
but remember on podcasts, you're fine.
Yeah. But remember I told you about the lattice. We still have to put the lattice up in there.
Oh, yeah. But you'll be able to do that.
Yeah, I know, it's easy, but we technically, I guess, shouldn't be living there. Definitely not hosting parties there.
Well, that's good to know. We're going to hold a surprise housewarming party. A lot of people do surprise birthdays.
Yep.
Just a surprise housewarming for Jack
ever done
and Bianca, I suppose.
No one's ever done a surprise housewarming before. You must be stoked, Jack. Could happen at any moment.
Yes.
What's the vibe like now at the house? Because we could have done it this week.
Well, I didn't think you would come straight away.
Yeah.
So I did. I had my garbage right down this week.
Right.
And week on week, it will increase.
Week by year. I mean, we could hit this. We could hit you in the middle.
But we might hit you next year. So we might let your guard increase to fever pitch, and then just when you fall in a heap and go, this is never going to happen, maybe that's when we strike.
Or the middle of winter with muddy shoes.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
He'll hate that the most. No, we're looking forward to doing a really nice thing. But the response has been huge, Ando. We put it out on the podcast last week.
Yep. A lot of people. We're going to get to a few people that we're going to invite in a moment.
Yeah.
Jacko, first question. A lot of housewarmings there is a gift. Obviously, you bring housewarming gifts.
Oh, yeah.
And the question's for Haim.
Yeah.
Are we going to ask our guests to bring individual gifts?
I mean, Jack, you don't want people turning up with like a great blender or new cutlery or cool things, do you?
No, I mean, honestly, we're trying to be more minimalist.
Okay.
I think it would be nice
by
though, to have
choice, or
gifts.
can't you afford things?
We spent all the money on the house.
No, we realised when we finally got all our stuff out of storage and started putting furniture and bits and pieces back in the house, we didn't want a whole lot of stuff that we previously bought.
I think it would be nice though. If it is a tradition for housewarming gifts.
Yeah, if everyone brings something.
I mean, I don't want to expect it, but if you want to bring something nice.
It sounds like you got the space too for even a big thing.
No, we don't actually have that much space.
Maybe we can all chip in. If he doesn't
I think it'd be nice if everyone bought one thing. And if it is a big inflatable, if it's a big pelican or something like, it'll be a nice way to remember the day.
Sure. Okay.
I've actually got a very, very funny big polar bear statue that I think would look nice at your house.
Haim, let's invite some people.
Yeah.
Brianna has written in. She wants to come to the surprise birthday party. Surprise housewarming party. Brianna, are you there?
Yes, hello.
Brianna, ahoy. Welcome to the show. You're probably just hearing this for the first time that we've got to bring a gift. What do you reckon you'll bring Jack and Bianca?
I think I'm going to bring some wood, so when he builds the fire, he can light
firewood.
Firewood,
Yeah.
okay.
It's up there.
Fireplace isn't actually in, but we'll get a gas fireplace. So one of the fake, it looks like a fire, but it's
Still
fake.
bring wood. Still bring wood, Brianna.
Awesome gas.
Bring wood or a bag of gas, but seal it up tight because that gas can leak.
Brianna, we don't know when we're going.
Yeah.
Another question we need to ask of everyone. I mean, you're coming. You've been invited. We'd love to have you along. But
Awesome.
Are you relatively free for surprise housewarming?
Yeah, well, I'm a uni student, so yeah.
Oh, great.
Perfect.
Nice
Perfect
and nimble. You're in a holding pattern.
Yeah, perfect category.
Hey, Brianna, you did say in your email that you can yell surprise really loud.
Yeah.
Do you want to back away from the phone a bit and just give us an example?
Oh, this is so embarrassing with people walking past. Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Surprise!
Oh, yes. Jack, that's something you
Yes,
can...
I would definitely be surprised.
Okay, good. Brianna, thank
And we
you.
want you to get right up into Jack's face when you do that.
Also, Eloise, welcome. Ahoy to you.
Hoi, thank you.
We'd love to invite you along as well. Again, how are you with regards to availability? Are you happy to be just on call for a housewarming party?
Yes, yep, definitely.
Okay, great. Have you done many housewarmings in your time?
Not many, and definitely not any surprise ones. So that'll be a nice, exciting element.
No one has. It's a first. What are you thinking gift-wise? Remember, no size limit.
I'm thinking maybe some safety equipment for Jack's poor wife, so when the house eventually does collapse, maybe a nice hard hat.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Safety equipment and some sort of like inflatable rubble capsule.
So the equivalent of if you caught an avalanche or something.
Yeah, one of those big, like a Zorb ball.
That
You got room in the house for a Zorb ball, Jack?
Well, that she just wears any time she's at home.
It would be nice peace of mind for her.
We don't really have room for a Zorba ball.
Just to roll room to room in a collapse-proof
How big
ball.
do you think the house is that we can roll room to room?
Should we give them a +1?
Yeah, I suppose. What do you?
Well, how many people total are we?
What are you vibing? Oh, lots, as many as we can get.
Yeah.
Eloise, what are you vibing? Do you want a +1?
Oh, yeah, why not?
Great, yeah.
All right,
okay,
let's make it all a +1.
Everyone's got a +1. Jack, when do you think it's going to happen?
How do you guys operate? I guess 2 weeks in 2 weeks from now. I reckon it would have been done.
We'll be bored enough.
I could feel like we could keep adding elements to this for weeks and weeks.
I tend to agree.
And where do I get surprised in the house, or do you tell me, like, do I come to an episode? So say we're recording the episode like today and you're like, aha, surprise, this is the day of the housewarming. Come on, let's jump in the bus, let's go.
No. You have the whole ride. You live a long way away. We have a whole ride to prepare yourself. No, it'll be bing bong.
So you
There's 30
hide
people.
in my house. Okay.
There's 30 people.
No,
at the front.
we didn't plan to hide in your house and wait for you to get home. We could.
We were going to hide in the roof cavity, but there's no way it's engineered for that.
We were going to be outside. Ding dong, you answer.
We barge in.
Oh, okay. I'm home already.
Yeah, you're home. We come in to warm it. You're home in a freezing house.
He expected us to hide 25 people in his house.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask how you get in. If you're not telling Bianca or you're not telling me, how do you get in the
I
house?
assume it's still not at full lock-up stage.
Jacko, how are you feeling this
Speaking
week?
of absolute nightmares, you had a night that was not a nightmare, Jacko. It was a dream come true.
I had my housewarming party.
Yeah.
Jack's surprise housewarming. It happened this week. It happened last Monday. Monday night. Now, it was in Melbourne, so coming off a public holiday for Melbourne, for Victoria, coming off a long weekend.
First of all, Jack,
Did you least suspect it?
Didn't suspect at all.
Yeah.
Right.
I
so you
thought,
were genuinely surprised.
I thought, for some reason, I just thought you'd milk it for longer, like doing more invites and stuff, because you only did 2 invites.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I thought I had
We broke one of the cardinal rules of the radio and podcasting, I guess. When you're having an event, don't spend 10 weeks inviting people and asking, in heavy quotation marks, bands if they'll play. And having them say yes and then playing that band's new single.
So there was none of that lead up, which made me
Well, we
think.
cut it out.
Also, at the end of a long weekend, I think everyone's got their guard down naturally, so I just didn't expect
Exactly
it.
right. That's
That's
exactly what we
right.
planned from the party planning bunker.
So, Jack, we hit your place just after 9 o'clock, I think it was, Ham.
Yeah.
But boy,
The
was it-
logistics.
Yeah.
I mean, you, Andy, picked up the minibus, the 25-seater.
Yeah. 9:30 in the morning.
Sorry, I shouldn't say minibus at all.
Yeah.
The midi bus.
Yeah, it's a midi bus.
Is that what they're called?
I don't know.
Well, it's not a maxi bus. That
No.
would be a stretchy bus. But it was certainly a midi bus.
Yes.
So
Andy,
like a coach.
well, 25-seater.
25-seater.
Andy's not licensed. Oh, you are licensed to drive a coach.
I can drive a coach.
Fixed.
But a heavy, rigid vehicle, not one that's articulated.
Did it have a TV at the front?
Oh, it didn't
No.
need one.
Didn't.
because
No, but that
oh,
explains how big it would be.
Had an automatic door.
hang on a
Oh,
minute.
that's
Jack,
midi.
it's 25-seater. That's midi. But it was so, before we got on, everyone was like twisting it, bending it one way and the other. It didn't budge. It was so rigid. It was such a rigid vehicle and we couldn't lift it.
And I was licensed to do so.
So it was a heavy, rigid vehicle. Everything was above board. I'm going to tip my hat to Ando as well, and we'll mention this again, I think later on. But we got to the pub. I was so excited to meet everyone. Well, that's where we were corralling, like a secret pub
You went
location.
to the pub first.
Yeah.
Well, we needed a meeting point, like near a train station where everyone could come in.
Yep.
And I said to Ando, like, what a fun night. And I went to get us some beers. And then Ando went, I better not. And I was like, I'm confused. I thought we were having a party. Then I realised he is the bus driver.
Yeah.
And I said, but you can have one. Like, you'll be,
Yeah.
And he went, I just think since I'm driving 25 podcasters around, just in case, it's probably better I'm a 0-0, which had not even crossed my mind. And I went,
well
that's
done.
smart thinking. And that's the kind of team leadership you need for a surprise housewarming party.
Jack, as you probably brushed your teeth
Yep.
and got ready for bed, we were meeting at the pub, and let's pick up the action as I saw Hamish at the top of the stairs.
Well, here we are, Ando, at Rendezvous Point L.
You've bought hard rubbish.
No, I haven't. I've bought 3 housewarming gifts for my friend Jack, who's finished his house, and now
They just seem
he's
pre-loved.
ready- Oh, no. Now they're impossible to wrap this stuff. He's ready for a towel rack with some sort of fashionable smudges on it.
Yes.
A tray that looks like the kind of thing my mum might give me, but now it's the kind of thing I might give Jack. And, of course, a high chair, which can be used if you're childless, like Jack and Bianca are at this stage.
Yes, but-
in the interim as a sort of a high coffee table. Sort of a high, small coffee table. But that's a Swedish design. Designed, Australian assembled.
I took a leaf out of the same book. Remember that West Elm shelf you gave me?
I left it on your car one night at the car park.
Yeah, and I said I was going to
Did
put
you bring
it up.
that?
Yeah.
Isn't this great?
Hasn't been
My house
unpacked.
feels... It's actually a celebration of 3 houses. My house feels so much emptier now. We've been trying to get rid of this high chair.
Well, Beck's been
It's a pain in the ass.
saying
We
to
tried
me-
to do an outside high chair for a while.
Yeah.
No, what am I saying? It's a great present. He's going to love it. It's a nice waist-high coffee table. Very, very small waist-high coffee table.
Okay, people.
That's great. It's a really special day.
It's going to be a special day. People are filing in. We've got a 25-seat bus. We picked that up this morning.
I think we've almost got the full crowd here.
Yeah, fantastic.
And they're great. I've seen wrapped up presents already. I've seen pot plants.
Yeah.
Actually, really good place to put a pot plant could be the high chair.
High chair, yes. Thankfully, no one's bought a high chair, so no one's doubled up.
That's
good. That's going to be a relief
then
for
you'd
you.
have to have twins down the track.
Haim, as far as the surprise, I think we're better off trying to extract the queen bee out of the house rather than storming in, just so we can get the genuine surprise. He might see us all fumbling to the front door if there's 30
You're
people.
right. He could. Yeah, you're right. The last thing I want is for him to sort of deadlock the door.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. He built this house himself. If he deadlocks the door, we'll go around the side and kick the wall down. It won't be too hard. It's probably made of paper and asbestos.
We can blow it over. As far as the 3 little pigs, it's the
Not a problem.
It's the opening pig.
Jack,
It's
we got a butter knife, so we just cut through your wall and we made a doorway.
So my thought was,
But you're right. So we lure them out somehow.
yeah, we lure them out. Maybe we find out.
Should I bought fake blood?
No, why?
They have an injured person out the front moaning or something.
Don't scare him.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking maybe one of our guests, party guests, he wouldn't know them.
Yeah.
We get them going up and saying, hey, my car's broken down the middle of the street.
That's cleaner.
Can
That's cleaner.
can you help me push it to the side or something like that? And
you
she will.
dickhead. You dickhead, Jack. No, don't do that. No, stick with your plan. So we start a bit more.
We stay at the
I
side.
don't know you, Jack.
Yeah, and then he comes around with her, we are your surprise, and try and get back into his house before he does.
Then we lock him out. Start a guest list. It's $10 cover charge.
All right, let's go and let's go beat the truth.
So we went to the back of the pub to meet 25 wonderful partygoers, all with much more thoughtful gifts than Hamish.
Well, that's not true. Jack, I know for a fact he doesn't have a high chair.
Great turnout.
Guys, officially, welcome to the launching zone for Jack's surprise housewarming. Let's warm this house. No, this place is boiling hot. This is a pub. But Jack, little unbeknownst to him, some annoyingly about 45 minutes drive away, Jack is actually fast asleep because it's 8 o'clock now. He works in breakfast radio.
In an ice cold house
Yeah, in a freezing house that hasn't been warmed.
that has not been sufficiently warmed by a good mob.
Has anyone here been to a surprise housewarming before? Great.
Great.
So it's history. We're making history.
We are hoping for a volunteer, right? And
You've got a plan.
well, obviously, he might see us all if we just roll up to the front door and we park the van at the front. What we would propose is that one person goes up and says that their car's broken down. in the middle of the road, and would he mind coming out and helping them push it to the side of the road?
You can add a little bit of sauce to it, like, I've tried other houses, no one's home, but don't go crazy. Like, stick to the script by and large.
So, I mean, is there anyone that feels like they've got the confidence to pull that off in this group here that wants to volunteer?
Anyone that feels like they can play a humble...
Fine.
Oh,
Yeah, you can do it, yes! Fantastic.
all right. Name and rank for everyone listening.
My name is Elissa.
Great, thanks, Liz. And I guess once the door opens too, and we've lured Jack or Bianca out,
We try and make it back into his house before he gets in.
I guess we will just fan out and just start the party, because the weird thing about a surprise housewarming is the hosts don't really want us there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of up to us to build that critical party mass
Very
to
quickly.
convince them that they really should have invited us over.
Yeah. Everyone ready to go?
All right, let's go. Let's get to the bus.
Great. It was a great start, wasn't it, Ham?
Spirits were so high, Ando. And they
well-
only got higher.
Yeah. Now, Jack, what actually would you reckon you would have been doing at this point at home?
We try and wind down by 8 o'clock. We eat dinner at 6.
Are you very hyper?
Unfortunately, had a cordial for dinner.
We get
No
our
more
wiggles out.
calippos. No more calippos after dinner. No, because I try and wind my kids down, but that's just because they're little kids. But I like the idea that you and Bianca are like, okay, seriously, no more silly sausages. No more looking at ourselves in the mirror and doing funny dances. Sleepy time. So do you have
Usually by
Do you have a turtle that does wave noises and projects the ocean onto the roof? Because that's what I use for the kids.
Do you turn off the sun clock?
We do start
No,
to turn
no.
down the lights because a dim house starts to get you tired. And by 8:30,
You're wound
we
down.
start getting ready for bed to be in by 9, asleep by 9:30.
Right. So at this stage you're beginning the descent from the top of your
That's
cruising
right.
altitude.
I don't know why you kept talking in there that I was going to lock you out of the house. I mean, though it was annoying to have a whole group of people come at once when you're not ready for them. I wasn't going to lock the doors and just hide inside. And
We
wait
didn't
for
know
you
what
to
to
come.
expect. We've never done this before.
Yeah, exactly. And you obviously got to account for any situation. Hey, we all made our way to the bus with our gifts.
Jack, this is like the SWAT team of parties.
Yeah.
They don't go, Sarge, should we talk about a backup plan? No need. If it doesn't go to
He
plan,
seems
we'll all
like a
go
nice
home.
guy. Yeah. No. We're not going to go partyless, are we?
Yeah.
And we all boarded the bus.
Yep.
And we all had our gifts.
Yep.
And we started the long journey.
It was quite a way away.
and-
We settled right into a rhythm, Jack. I'm navigating, Ando's driving.
Yep. And
People on the bus are stoked.
And look, there was a great party vibe on the bus, but there was also a few things we had to attend to.
All right, everyone, hop on. I'll do a head count. Looking good. I'm in for your post. Hopefully he doesn't have neighbourhood kids set up as sentries to fly kites when we get near. It's been a few years between drinks for Andy driving a bus, and those nerves were starting to show. Should point out he was 0-0 when I say between drinks.
Hang on.
Talk to me, you're panicking. What's wrong?
If the rental people are listening, the handbrake was definitely taken off as we left, and that smell you
I thought it was those mission chips.
you're smelling definitely from another car.
I honestly thought it was the nacho cheese of the mission chips. Which,
That would be
appreciate their generosity, but I know that's not a great ad.
halfway to Jack's house now.
So about 400 k's to go.
Yes, and it was time to flesh out the plan with Alyssa a little more. Hey, Alyssa,
Yes.
we should probably discuss a situation where he either doesn't believe you or something weird happens. We need a safe word or probably a charge word, hey?
I also think, Alyssa, you should get used to the possibility that because they're both in bed, they pretend no one's home. In which case, I guess it's just a slink back to the group.
Yes, that's a good point. Okay, so the no one home slink back to the group.
Okay.
If something weird goes down, he doesn't fall for it, or he's just too lazy, is it charge?
It's like, how do you unleash warmth?
Oh, that's a good point.
Erupt?
Erupt, yes.
Because I guess volcanoes are really unleashing warmth when they erupt. So yeah, you just yell erupt.
I yell
Erupt.
erupt.
Erupt. And yell it 3 times.
I would like that, yeah.
Okay.
I would like that too. That's a nice idea.
Great.
Do you want to just practice now, Alyssa?
Erupt. 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 loved.
Yeah, it's good. Good. Good.
Change your pronunciation a little bit on to interrupts. But that was good for us to practice. It could happen on game day. Several 100 kilometres later, we finally felt like we were in Jack's hood. We're 3 minutes out, guys.
Yeah.
Get your presents and your chips ready. Here we go. Jack actually does go to that Jets 24-hour fitness. He's told me that before. So this is a star bus now, our left here ender. And he's interested in F45 too, there on the corner. So we're really deep in his hood.
Hopefully Jack's not going for a night walk with his dog.
Oh, yeah, there is a dog on the property, but not vicious.
What about here, Han?
Great. We are pulling up around the corner here, perfectly hidden from Jack's house, although we are some 30 metres from the hornet's nest.
Yeah.
The beeping you can hear is a traditional noise the bus will make when engaged in reverse. And Andy's handling it like an absolute pro. First time I've ever seen Andy drive a bus without a mustache. And he's driving it like an absolute mustached pro. You couldn't tell. You couldn't tell he had a naked upper lip.
Yeah, that would have been strange for you.
You're doing great. We're also you hear a few mentions there of mission ships. I suppose now's as good a time as any as the bus pulls up around the corner from Jack's to mention that people listening to the podcast sequentially, we've realised a few weeks ago, Jack said something about mission ships. We had a go at him going, it really feels like you're trying to weasel their name in a lot. They heard it and they sent quite a lot. In hindsight, it looks like it was a sponsored event.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not. I mean, I'll go on the record saying I'm a Muncheros man.
Okay, wow.
Bring them back. However, you can't deny the fact that there was several dozen packets of
mission
those
chips.
particular chips floating around.
You can't not say it.
And it would have.
I don't know what your deal is, but
I got no
I
deal.
cannot say it.
And it would have.
I cannot say it.
And it would have been a great integrated branded moment.
We
were on a mission, but unfortunately,
we should have pre-sold it.
Got a brass razoo.
Haven't seen
Can
us-
you do it in retrospect?
That's a
payment?
good point.
But what's your leverage?
Should we ring him?
Well,
and
what
say,
do we do?
That's a good point, Jack. We should ring them and say let's get it valued during the week, and next week ring them.
We had an integrated party as part of the podcast.
And we got it.
We're just invoicing you.
An individual marketer, an independent marketer has valued it at this. Let's see if we can sting him.
We're just invoicing you for the exposure. Right, so just to be clear, the exposure's happened. Oh, don't split hairs. Are you going to pay your invoice or not? Anyway, so you hear, those chips were certainly flying around. But look, to be honest, we were undercated. And so it was kind of no one else. Like we had a couple of blocks of Cadbury and someone bought some mini Toblerones. But realistically, we were a bit thankful to have a lot of corn chips floating around.
Everyone had a beer at that point. We handed out some beers,
did.
and then we handed out silence because that was the next thing we needed for this covert operation. And
we're at a T intersection here, so to paint the picture, we're in the side street. We're trying to line up quietly. Jack's house is around the corner, but about 3 or 4 houses down.
Yep.
So we were hoping to creep up as a mob and then send Alyssa forward to do her thing.
I wanted you to let me know which house it was exactly, and we pick up the action around there.
All right, guys. We're here, and that was just a brisk 1 hour drive through no traffic. We've made it all the way out to the outskirts of Melbourne. This is where Jack has built his house. It's a beautiful neighbourhood. It's an up-and-coming suburb. Now, there's going to be neighbours around. I know it's a Monday night, not your traditional party night, but we'll keep it quiet for the neighbours. There's a very special guest on the bus. I'm sure some of you have met him. I dipped into the joint account to make tonight's special, and for a very reasonable rate, I actually think you're going to be worth 3 times as much. Aaron, our breakdancer, he's the guy that's dressed as the breakdancer that bought a helmet. Aaron, you've got the music too, don't you?
Yes, I do.
I know you're probably just bought enough music for your act.
Yep.
But can you provide full entertainment? Can your boombox be our music?
It can.
Great.
And Spotify is just going to be there buzzing.
Yeah, great.
When do we want the music to kick in?
Is it possible to have you ready to go as soon as we charge?
Yeah.
Okay. Or do we get in there and you set up the music? So the first 30 seconds to a minute is just find your spot, get pumping.
Yeah.
I know, show of hands. Who'd prefer music from the get-go? Who'd prefer to get in, find your spot, then have Aaron fire us?
Yeah.
Okay, great. This is just like every other party you go to where everyone sits quietly before the party and decides how they'd like the night to go. And who'd like to make out with their old high school crush at midnight? Oh, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, this is a much more communal party. Normally, it'd be Jack dictating the rules.
Yeah, this is nice, isn't it? By the people, for the people.
Yeah.
We're going to jump out here, just turn left, creep around the corner, and Alyssa, that's when you go and do your thing. All right?
So, we'll let us know which house we're going to point that out to.
We'll point it out.
Is everyone ready to go?
Yeah, I need a minute to get my presents out of the back.
Yeah,
but,
all right, let's all go into stealth mode.
Grab a beer.
And grab a beer on your way in.
Daddy might need a backup in his sock. Thank you. Okay. I think your presents are really loud. Oh, not my fault that I bought the toppest quality stainless steel tower rack. Okay. Several years ago. He's going to be so happy. I'm so excited because I like making people happy. Sarah. We're creeping down just to get a little look. Oh, the no fence. Sorry, unprofessional during a covert operation, but I said to Hamish, can you please come and show me the house? And then when we went down there, it's the only house that isn't finished. It's a construction site, there's a skip and still construction fencing in the front yard. So. Okay, so we know what house it is. So we know that's the house. Okay. All right, everybody, let's do it. Let's go. Everyone follow us. We'll go around to the corner. Good luck, Alyssa. You can't miss it. Okay, here we go. Creeping up. We've got our group of 20 people behind us. Alyssa's heading to the front door.
Hello? Hello? Is anyone home? I'm so sorry. Hello? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just need a hand. I'm sorry. Sorry, I know it's so late. My car's just... Oh, I'm sorry. My phone's dead and my car's just broken down. It just needs like a push.
I think it's Jack. He's coming out.
Like 1 minute. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry. I tried all these other houses and none of them were like any good at all.
Surprise! Surprise housewarming!
Hi, Bianca!
Come on in, everybody.
Jack, your
Hello,
wife's in
Bianca,
bed.
Surprise housewarming. Got gifts for you.
Guys, come in.
Will your wife be joining the housewarming?
Oh, she asked if she could stay in bed, but
So we were in.
Party vibe there. That was good, wasn't it?
So we're in. Jack, I just want to quickly ask about
this
when,
is our first chance to know what was going through the mind of Jack.
when Alyssa came to the front door, a stranger to you, of course, a stranger in need. What was the vibe? Were you scared? Were you...
No, annoyed mostly.
Yeah.
Annoyed. Like,
Okay.
I mean, already in bed, just reading my book.
Sure.
I thought I thought it was a neighbour or something asking for sugar or whatever neighbours do.
Midnight snack.
Not when you need to wind down.
Sorry, we've locked all ours away. If we had easy access to it, we'd just wind back up.
It's on a timer. It's on a timer. It's
Time delay lock.
7 p.m. every night.
I couldn't get into it even if I wanted to.
Anyway.
That would be off the table. Once you heard her story and Alyssa said, oh, look, I'm in trouble, were you still annoyed?
No, well, yeah, because the dog's barking and we're getting out of bed. I didn't have a shirt on.
Slightly winding you up.
Cold air on your skin that adrenaline could wind you up.
So I was annoyed, but not even when I went to answer the door and saw it was a stranger, I wasn't suspecting the housewarming.
No. And then when you saw us, sheer delight.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I saw you, I knew it was the housewarming.
Sheer delight.
Sheer delight.
Is what Jack's trying to say. So as we barged in, we managed to get a bunch of us in before there's no chance of you holding us back.
Right.
And,
You saw the enthusiasm.
I thought
I saw your eyes light up, greedy piggy, at my presence. You should wait till they're given to you.
I saw your wife in bed and then you quickly closed the door and apologised to her. And then I thought we made a really good spread around the house.
We all sort of went down the
established housewarming party
down the
as quickly
hall.
as possible.
We kind of congregated in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And at that stage, because everyone had decided they'd prefer Aaron to lay into the beats later.
Yes.
we just sort of gathered.
Yes.
And is that where the next bit picks up? And we were sort of gathered in a clump in the kitchen. Chips are around. I mean, we had a little present table.
Yep.
But really, we were waiting for the next chapter where it was clear that once we'd made the beachhead, no one had thought about day 2 of the invasion. What do we do now?
Great house, Jack.
Thanks, guys.
When it's finished, it'll be excellent.
Yeah, it's a little unclean out the back, and as you can see, the yard is still being done.
Everyone went a lot of effort to the presents.
Maybe you could open some of these presents.
Guys, you shouldn't have. What are all these chips? I don't like mission chips any more than other chips. It's just what I was thinking.
Hey, whoa! Where are they said? Boy, I really love those mission chips.
Can you believe it? We went to the effort of getting the chips after this incident on the show just 2 weeks ago.
If Mission Chips and a beer company want to send me a whole lot of stuff to have my house stocked.
What a name drop mission chips.
Jeez.
And I mean, just to prove that's not sponsored, what a poor choice.
Yeah.
Because they're just corn chips. Why wouldn't you go one of the big hitters like Smith's or Kettle?
Yep.
Oh, I really love those Mission Chips. That's why.
This is outrageous.
Jack's preferred corn chip aside, he did look a lot sleepier than we thought he would at 9 o'clock at night.
Were you in bed, Jack?
Yeah, I go to sleep really early because I do breakfast radio.
Not tomorrow, you don't. We've organised. No, you do have to go to work.
Oh, that would have been cool.
No. What time do you normally go to bed?
Well, we're in bed, we just read our books and then...
That's nice.
Yeah, then we try and go to sleep about 9:30.
Ah, great.
Yeah.
Party time.
Yeah.
So sorry we're eating to that now, but I mean, everyone, you don't have to clump around here. Maybe we get some breakdancing happening to get the party started.
Aaron, where's the best place to do a breakdance?
What do you do, Aaron?
We bought a breakdancer, Jack.
A professional breakdancer here for you.
Okay, well, sure.
Lucky boy. What a lucky boy. All right. Warm in this house, warm in that house. Everybody's warm in that house. Aaron's especially warm in that house. Look at those feet, he's warm in that house. This kid, he's up in the air. Jeez. Doing a flip in the house. You can't do that, dog, so go.
After a lot more breakdancing, including a helmeted head spin on Jack's new floorboards,
Yeah, he wasn't happy about that.
the party spread out to enjoy Jack's new house and the abundance of much-wanted mission chips. And then we noticed something. We're all having a great time. I realised Jack hasn't been around for a while. Here he is now.
Where were you, man? Having a spew?
No, Bianca's going to come out and say hello to everybody else.
All right, we thought we were
wrapping
better.
up.
Okay. Well, best go then.
No, but if you wanted to stay for a few more hours.
Nah, you guys got to pack up and
No, we don't.
get home.
Well, we have to get home, but I would assume cleaning up after the party would be the responsibility of...
Oh, if everyone takes a little bit, then I'm sure it'll be done.
No, there's a weight limit for the bus.
There's a really big bin out the front.
You do have a skip out the front. So this house should be the least concerned about rubbish.
All right, leave it. We'll leave it.
No, we'll leave you to enjoy all the presents and everything.
Guys, from the bottom of our hearts, we can't thank you enough for coming to the housewarming and for the surprise. We really enjoyed every minute of it, and it's sad to see you go.
We can stay.
And thanks for coming. Goodbye.
But we can stay.
Yes, everyone can do anything. Did you drive the bus?
I did drive.
Oh, well done.
No, not me.
What did you do?
Hung out. No, my very best.
Big bus. Did everyone come on the bus, or did anyone get their own way?
Do you want us to go or not? Do we want to have chats about? We want to have small talk about the bus.
No, but I just imagine, like, what if someone lives closer to here, then got to go back on the bus, then come back here? Is that anyone's case?
No, I asked that, but we had people come from Geelong to get on the bus.
Oh, who's from Geelong?
Over there, the girls. Yeah. So they've come from all warps of life.
Okay.
To be kicked out.
Yeah.
No, not
At 10:30 at night.
Man, not kicked out. Just time's up.
Heavily encouraged to leave.
No, that's not kicked out.
That's not a kick out. That's just informing someone of the time limit expiring.
Thanks, man. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Jacko. Great house. Great house. Sorry about the floor. I think it was sort of your fault.
Which part? The beer or the
beer.
helmet?
Oh, well, no, they're not the helmet. You can't get upset about the helmets crashing the
He
floor.
was breakdancing with the helmet on the floor.
Jack,
They're
they're not new. They're like recycled old from a. They're like from a barn, a wool shearing barn.
All right.
All right, guys, grab one thing. No, not that we bought, but like a souvenir from Jack's house. Like a Rubik's Cube or a pop plant or a funny little trinket or like a photo of Jack's mum or something. All right, thanks, Jack.
I got a pillow.
I took his dog.
I saw it, and someone got the bowl. So you guys should meet up to see who, because they're probably a pair.
Jacko, great surprise housewarming. Thanks
Thank
very
you,
much
guys.
for having
Great
us.
house, man.
How's the cleanup?
Still, most of it's still there.
What a pleasant place to live.
Have you used that small coffee table, that small
We
waist-high
haven't
coffee
drank
table?
a coffee off it yet. No, no.
Well, something to look forward to this weekend.
Head to hamishandy.com. Videos are up there, and choose your social pipe. I'm sure they're going to be up there as well.
Just so much fun.
Of the housewarming.
I
And
mean,
special thanks to everybody who reached out and wanted to be a part of it.
The bus full of podcasters, as always, whenever we do one of these events, can't fault Amanda.
No.
Best kind of people to take to a housewarming or any event. Never been prouder of taking a semi-rigid vehicle full of people anywhere than we were that night.
Absolutely.
They behaved amazingly. And apologies to Fletcher, we didn't include the magic trick in the edit.
I noticed that wasn't there.
And I think, he would agree. We'd all agree that we just tried to keep the more high-energy stuff in the edit.
Well, I saw his half lemon that he used for the magic trick with the card
We'll
in
keep
it
it
the
off
next
air.
morning.
Jack,
And
keep it off air. We'll keep it as just a special memory that everyone there gets to have. And
We'll continue with the usual podcasting straight after this.